Need clean and hygienic water to drink? Then think Vapas Water. In a world where water is life, purity is no longer a luxury. It is a necessity. And when it comes to clean, safe and trusted drinking water, one name stands out in the heart of Adamawa: Vapas Water. Located just off DTV Road near the Government Science and Technical College, Newman, Vapas Water is not just another brand. It is a vision realized, a standard upheld, and a community empowered. Exceeding standards. Registered and certified with NAFDAC with a NAFDAC approved number. Vapas Water doesn't just meet the minimum requirements, it surpasses it. While the minimum requirement of borehole depth is 70 meters, Vapas Water goes 3 times deeper, tapping into a pure source at 230 meters underground. That's commitment. That's confidence.
Alright, so from this pipe here, this is our source of water from the borehole there. So it's been piped up to this place. So when we on the borehole will now, the submersible pump will now pump the water from borehole into this tank. Yes, into this tank. So this tank is our raw water tank. So it's the water from this tank is directly from the borehole. So from this borehole now, from this tank, we have a surface pump which will now use its pressure to push the water from this tank into these surface filters. So as you can see from the label, this is the sand filter. So the water will now come through the sand filter and it will now filter it out, and it will now go into the carbon filter. It will now filter it from the carbon filter. Now it will now move to, there are other filters there. It will now come into this ion exchange resin. So from this ion exchange resin, it will now move to this. There are 2 carbon resins here, so it will now go through them. They are all filters. It will now filter the water into our pre-treated water tank. This is the pre-treated water tank. Now from the pre-treated water tank, we are going to use another different surface pump, pressure pump, to now pump the water into our RO, reverse osmosis machine, which is this one. So this is the reverse osmosis. This is the reverse osmosis machine. So now from the pre-treated water tank, it will now go through this reverse osmosis. From this reverse osmosis, it has 6 membranes behind them. These membranes are also filters. So the pressure pump will now push it through the reverse osmosis, and the water will now go into our treated water tank, which is this. We have 2 treated water tanks, tank 1 and tank 2. So from this tank now, we are still going to now use another surface pump, which is this one, to now pump the water from this inside to the factory, inside the factory for our production proper. So, and inside the factory there are also sets of filters there that the water will still go through in case there are some particles or there are some microorganisms that were able to maneuver its way and escape this purification process. So for us to be sure of what we are doing and the quality of our products, we have some set of filters inside again, which the water will go through before we package it finally, and it will now be ready for consumption.
State-of-the-art treatment process. From source to sachet, the journey of every drop of water is meticulously monitored. The facility is equipped with a raw water tank, followed by a sound filter, carbon filter, normal filters, and a pre-treatment tank. And it doesn't stop there. Water then moves through a series of advanced filtration systems, including reverse osmosis, RO, and a VU light sterilizer that kills all microscopic germs.
So here we produce table water known as pure water. So as the production manager, I am in charge of all the production process, right from the filtration of the water to its final packaging before the sales manager takes it on and ship the water out to our retailers as well as final consumers. So I'm here to talk about the production process. So here we have steps, series of steps that we take in doing our production. First of all, our source of water is from a borehole. So we have a borehole that has been dug here in our factory. So from the borehole, we now use a submersible pump, which will now pump the water into our raw water tank. So we have 4 tanks here, sorry. So the first tank is our raw water tank. So the water from the borehole will go directly into the raw water tank. So from the raw water tank, we have a surface pump which pushes the water through our surface carbon filters, ion filters outside. So the water goes through those 2 filters, then it now proceeds to our carbon resin. We have 2 carbon resin filters which also filters the water. So the water now goes into our pre-treated water tank. So from the pre-treated water tank, we also have another surface pump which pushes the water from the pre-treated water tank to go through our reverse osmosis machine, which has 6 membranes. So the water goes through each membrane and goes through all the 6 before now going into our treated water tank. Now the treated water tank, that shows that the water is already treated, ready for production. And for us to be sure of the quality of our products, inside the factory we have 2 packaging machines, and each machine is equipped with 4 filters behind it. Among the 4 filters, there is a carbon filter there. So it now goes through these 4 filters. Then in addition, we have electric ultraviolet sterilizer, which the water goes through it in case there is any microorganism that was able to maneuver its way through the outside purification process. So the sterilizer sterilizes it and kills all micro or living organisms that escaped, find its way inside the factory. From there, the water goes through our packaging machine. And I want to state it here categorically that this whole process that we do here, we don't use any interface of human being, in the sense that there is no human hand in it. It is already programmed, it is already set. The only place where the humans come in is after the machine has sealed the waters. That's when we now bag it. We now bag it inside the bags so that it will be carried out in 20s per bag, 20 sachets per bag, to take it to our retailers as well as the final consumers.
Even after passing through the finest filters, the water undergoes ultraviolet sterilization. a final step to neutralize any organism that dares to survive. 2 treated water tanks, Tank 1 and Tank 2, ensure stability, pressure control and continuous flow. High volume production, uncompromised quality. At full capacity, 2 packaging machines operate efficiently, each with a capacity of 2,400 sachets per hour. That's 4,800 sachets per hour of clean and filtered water.
Our product is approved by NAFDAC. I think 2 months back, a team of NAFDAC officials came. So they visited us, they went through, they inspect our environment as well as our equipment, and I can assure you that they are 100% at peace and at ease with what we do here. So we have a NAFDAC approved registered number. Well, the customer base here, particularly, we operate here within Numan as well as Mbalang. So, but for the past few months, unfortunately, the patronage has really declined. Even though there are some factors, which rainy season is also among the factors, but still, the patronage, the competition that we are having here is little bit challenging. I have never come across any water here in Numan that is more cleaner than Vapas table water. And I'm not just saying this because this is where I work. No, I'm saying this with facts. I back them with facts. So here we take every necessary step to see, if you look at our environment, it is well kept, it is well hygiened, and in addition to the quality of our product, we also introduce the use of ultraviolet light, which we call it RV light, UV light, sorry. So which we on it whenever we are not producing or late at the day if we have closed. So with our product inside the store, we now on the UV light, which sterilizes the water more even when it is being bagged ready for shipment for the next day. So the UV light kills any organisms, even if not the ones inside the leather or inside the water, anyone around or within the airspace of the factory. The UV lights, it neutralizes everything. So the water is at its best quality and very clean.
At Vapas Water, operations are uninterrupted thanks to a 24-hour power supply. Rain or shine, day or night, the water keeps flowing and the quality remains consistent.
Power has been a challenge for us here in Vapas. I can remember vividly last year there were a series of power failure that for more than 3 months, getting to 4 months, we weren't able to produce because due to the cost of production. We tried using gas as well as diesel to produce, and the production cost is higher than the revenue generated. So, and for every entrepreneur, the target, even if we want to satisfy our customer, we need to be up and running. So, but here in Vapas, to God be the glory, we were able to secure ourselves a power supply in form of solar system. So we have a functional solar system in which we can produce 24/7 with our power, because we have a 15 kVA power supply now here in Vapas, and we have another 8 kVA, which that 8 kVA has been mounted for the borehole. So it takes charge of the borehole, while the other 15 is the one that accommodates the UV light and our reverse osmosis, as well as our production machines.
A home for empowerment. Beyond machines and filters, Vapas Water is making a difference where it matters most, empowering women. For women at home seeking meaningful employment, Vapas Water offers a path to income and independence. And the best part, you don't have to live in Numan to benefit. You can order from anywhere, and your loved ones within the locality will receive your gift of clean water delivered to their doorstep.
Earlier this year, we were being contracted to supply 1,500 bags to the just concluded Wate Cultural Fiesta, which was held in Yola. So we were awarded the contract to supply 1,500 bags, which we delivered the water right on schedule. And one thing I want to say is, due to the workforce and the willingness that we have here at Vapas, we were able to produce this amount of water within 24 hours and delivered it to Yola. So that's to tell you the willingness and the readiness of Vapas, that distance is not a barrier. So from Numan, we ship the water to Yola. So many people were saying that people from Yola are bringing water to Numan, but this time around they are surprised that they are carrying water from Numan to Yola.
Vapas Water, clean, trusted, delivered. So the next time you think of clean water, think beyond the tap. Think of a borehole that runs 230 meters deep. Think of filters upon filters. Think of empowered women. Think of a community served. Think of 4,800 sachets per hour. Think of Vapas Water. Because when it comes to clean water, there's no room for compromise. Vapas Water, because every drop matters.